Lonzo Ball been ballin'. Lonzo Ball been ballin'. Hello and welcome to LUTV Sports Extra. I'm Tierra Billiot with Ian and Criss.
Ready to jump into this?
Ready to lose? Let's get it.
I don't know about that.
Well, when the Cavs lost to the Spurs 110-94, LeBron James was upset with a few things, but one of them being his attempt of only 4 free throws. But LeBron isn't the only player upset with the refs. Carmelo Anthony was also upset with the lack of calls against the Big Three. So, Ian, is this bad refs or are the players just whining?
Well, you know, LeBron James alluded to the fact that the NBA now, they don't protect the one that drives. They protect the ones that shoot. So, you know, I do feel like that is a big thing. You know, you have injuries to people like Leonard
Fournette?
No, on the Spurs. Give me his name. Braids. What's his name?
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard. You have injuries like Kawhi Leonard that happened against Golden State. Petula, how he came down and fell. You know, they wanted to call that a foul.
And I think OKC.
Yes,
yeah.
I mean, so you do have to protect the shooters, but I feel like LeBron has a point. How do you feel?
I feel like the players are whining. They're whining. They need to be quiet. The refs are doing their jobs. If you had LeBron James is huge. If you had a big bulldozer come, the refs are having to change kind of the rules. They're having to change the rules. They are. Because if they were to call every foul that LeBron would get, he would be at the free throw line how many times a game? Forever. He would be at the line every 2 minutes because that's how LeBron plays. He's a go-to-you player.
But he's not the only player in the NBA that plays like that. You have Russell Westbrook. He likes to drive.
Yes.
He's
not getting the fouls called on him either, though, because that's the way that the game's being played now. If you have a player that's going towards you, how LeBron does, okay, we'll say like this. When Shaq was playing in the NBA, he stood in the paint. That's the way he played. He used to have the fouls getting called on him, even though he was a sucky free throw shooter. But LeBron, he dances around and then he drives to the hoop. He's going to run people over. So the refs can't call him.
This is the National Basketball Association.
Very true.
The NBA.
Very true.
You have to think about, you have people who are built for this. You have 6'8", 6'9", 7-footers
so why they
in
crying?
That paint. So LeBron is what, 6'8", 6'9", on a good day, 6'10". Okay, so you mean to tell me when he drives in the lane against somebody that's 7 foot that he has an honest chance of not getting fouled? He doesn't.
No.
So if he drives 10 times and let's say he gets fouled 8 times out of those 10, at least give him 5 free throws.
Okay.
That's how
yes.
I feel.
He should get some of the calls, yes, because when you watch LeBron, he has players slapping him, just
Everything.
hands all up in his face,
He's LeBron James.
Hands all up in there. But if the refs were to call every single foul, LeBron knows what he's doing. He's driving. He knows what he's doing. He's getting to the goal because he's getting to the hoop because he knows he can get there. He knows he can run you over. If the refs were to call every single foul, it would be a LeBron free throw game and not a game.
Steve Kerr says that the NBA players now are pushing the limits on what they can do, little fouls. So when the refs call fouls like they do, he says that it's due to them trying to make up for the fouls that they didn't see when it was either close, dribbling the ball, stuff that they had their head turned to. How do you feel about that?
I mean, there's some fouls that should be called. When I was watching OKC playing a couple games ago, Paul George was in the ref's face like you saw me get hit. So yes, some fouls should be called, but I mean, it's the way the game's being played now. It's not the same game. The refs are kind of having to change the rules to play the game that they're playing.
So do you think they protect the shooter or the driver?
They're protecting the shooter.
They're protecting the shooter. And why forget about the driver?
Because they're forcing once again, if the refs were to call every single foul, it's not a game anymore. It's not a game. It gets slowed down. It's not a game. What's the fun in that if we see LeBron at the free throw line 100 times a game? It's not fun. It's not a game.
So we need to get rougher in the NBA.
I mean, it's not that we need to get slapped around a bit. They just need to stop crying. You know what you're doing. You know that foul isn't going to be called. You know it's not LeBron. It's not going to happen. So I just think they need to stop crying, play some basketball, and focus on that ring.
And put us on a show?
Yeah,
I'd like to see a show.
put on a show. That's what matters. So, not so much.
LeBron, this is another thing LeBron says. He says chicks like the far ball, the long ball. So, I mean, how do you feel? Is that true? Is
Let's
that
stick to what
the
LeBron.
crowd likes?
Let's let LeBron say it and not you.
LeBron James.
No, LeBron again. He's a great player. It's just, no, it's a different type of ball game. The refs are just having to change everything up.
I agree.
Which is true.
But, I feel like 50-50.
And then
if
once
you're going to
again,
give, you have to take. If you're going to take, you have to give.
I don't know not one player that agrees with the foul that gets called on them. Not one player. So, I mean, it's going to be a nip and tuck thing either way you go with the refs. But what I don't like about the refs this season, which I do agree with, is all the flagrants that are being called.
It's a lot of flagrants.
A lot of flagrants for no reason.
No reason
they can't
at all.
even talk. You can't even talk and have a conversation.
Because it's going to get, somebody's going to say something outrageous and the ref's going to feel some type of way about it.
It's going to get called. Like I saw Steph Curry a couple games ago. He was just waving his hands up in the air. Just crowd, get hype. And they called him for that. Had nothing to do with the game.
He's trying to get the crowd tuned and into it.
And they called a flagrant on him. So.
Wow. Well,
that's all
we'll
we got.
see.
We'll see if the refs change their game up. Well, that's all we have for you today. For LUTV Sports Extra, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for more Lamar University sports. See you next time. I don't know. It's refs, players, refs, players, refs, players.